Hey everybody, it's Ed from All Things Fun. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes out. We're going to talk a little bit about DC Comics Rebirth. It is very difficult to explain what's going on with DC Comics Rebirth. It is not so much a relaunch as it is a complete retooling. More in the vein of what DC Comics did with Green Lantern during Green Lantern Rebirth, when Flash Rebirth. In fact, the gentleman who piloted and authored those two story arcs is working with the entire DC universe, and his whole concept is less of a relaunch and more of a rebirth, quite frankly. They're bringing in bits from the past as well as realigning them with things that happened with the New 52 to take a larger story approach. Old characters and old bits from different universes are coming back, and they're going to be realigned. So there's lots of crazy stuff. Very hard to explain, but that said, it's very exciting. People are going nuts. I'm excited. It's been a long time since I've been excited about something. I can't wait to read it. So it's all going to kick off on May 25th. Now, May 25th, that Wednesday, DC's issuing the DC Comics Universe Rebirth, Issue 1. It's a one-shot, 80-page book for $2.99. And that is your entryway, your gateway into what's going to be happening. Here's the trick, though. You want to make sure you get the first printing, because the first printing is $2.99. Everything after that, when they go to reprints, the book shoots up to $5.99, which is actual retail price they would offer for a book that size. So you want to give it a shot. You want to get it as soon as you can before it goes out of stock. If you're a VIP customer at All Things Fun, or if you shop in the base store, we'll have it. We can get it for you. Send us an email. If you're one of our West Berlin folks and you're looking for this comic, send us an email at evansandallthingsfun.net. We will take care of you. Not a problem there. And we can set you up. So we'll be right back, and we're going to talk about the individual issues. There's going to be a series of one-shots where they give you, they flesh out what's happening with individual characters, and then they'll be relaunching a number of the lines, starting from number 1, or in some cases, bringing back old numbers in the case of Action Detective. So stick around, we'll talk about that in just a second. Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's see now, we're talking about DC Comics Rebirth. We're just going to do a quick rundown of some of the titles and highlights of things you can expect in May and June. Now, this is a great big rebirth. There's lots of cool stuff going on. The entire universe is getting an update and is being merged together with the old universe. So there's a lot going on. The mechanics behind it, you're looking at 17 titles that are going to ship twice a month now. 13 titles that will ship monthly. Sounds like a lot. It really isn't when you look at it across the board. And to help out, DC is actually taking all their prices down to $2.99 a book. So you're not going to see those $3, $4, $5, $6.99 books that you've been seeing recently. It's all going to be $2.99 a book. You're going to have a series of one-shots, and these are single issues that are kind of going to set the tone for your key characters. And then from there, you'll have a new ongoing series, the majority of which will have number 1s, with 2 exceptions. And those exceptions are Action and Detective Comics that are going back to their original numbering scheme, pre-New 52. So that means Action Comics will be number 957, and Detective will return at number 934, which is kind of exciting. There's a lot going on, so let's just kind of hit the highlights. And keep an eye on our website, because we'll be talking about some of these titles very specifically. There's some really good stuff coming. So again, May 25, look out for DC Universe Rebirth Special number 1. That's a $2.99, 80-page one-shot that's going to set the tone for the whole universe. The next week, new things start to happen. You'll have Batman Rebirth number 1. That's a one-shot. That's going to set the tone for Batman books going forward. You'll have Green Arrow Rebirth number 1. Again, this is another one-shot, and that's going to set the tone for Green Arrow. You'll have Green Lantern's Rebirth number 1. Same deal, will set the tone for the new Green Lantern books. And Superman Rebirth number 1. If you're reading Superman right now, you know there's lots of crazy things going on right now. Perhaps the death of a character. And these books, the new Superman, will be written by Dan Jurgens. You may know him from, the guy who created Doomsday. So it's kind of a big deal. That's June 1st. June 8th, you've got the return of Action Comics. I mentioned that, 957. You've got Aquaman Rebirth, that one-shot is coming out. You've got Detective Comics 934, the return of Detective. Let's see, Flash Rebirth. Again, that's the one-shot that sets you up for Flash. Let's see, and then you've got Wonder Woman Rebirth number 1 as well. Now, Wonder Woman's very exciting. The Wonder Woman Rebirth number 1, again, sets the tone for the new Wonder Woman. But going forward, when the new ongoing series begins, they're going to alternate 2 different story arcs. One is a modern-day Wonder Woman story, and the other is kind of like a Wonder Woman Year 1. Greg Rucka's back on that book, so it looks really good. Again, a very exciting Wonder Woman series. Then it takes you to June 15, and there we're looking at Batman #1. Let's look at that real quick here. Yep, so that is the Batman #1, the actual first book of the new series. Then you've got Green Arrow #1 and Green Lanterns #1. So again, the Rebirth one-shots came out earlier in the month. Then later in that month, you have the #1s. They're going to arrive, as well as Superman's #1 and Titans Rebirth #1, which is special. That's a one-shot, and that comes out on the 15th. Let's see. Then June 22, you've got Action Comics 958. Remember, Action is one of those books that will appear twice a month now at the lower price point, $2.99. You've got Aquaman #1. This is the #1 of the ongoing series. So that's on June 22. You've also got The Flash #1. Again, you had the one-shot earlier in the month. Now you'll have The Flash regular #1 on June 22nd. And just looking here to make sure. And then you'll have Wonder Woman #1 as well. And that's the first of her ongoing series. You had the Rebirth early in the month, and then you'll have the #1 later in the month. Let's see. All right. And that does it for most of the Rebirth items that are coming out. You'll see on the screen there's going to be a list of all the specials, the one-shots. So Aquaman, Batgirl and Birds of Prey, Batman, Batman Beyond, Blue Beetle, Cyborg, Deathstroke, Earth-2, Flash, Green Arrow, Green Lanterns, Hal Jordan, Hellblazer, Justice League, Nightwing, Red Hood, Suicide Squad, Supergirl, Superman, Teen Titans, Titans, Trinity, and Wonder Woman. Now, because they are trying to spread this out, unlike the launch of the New 52, here you're looking at books that are releasing almost all the way through July, August, September. So the whole idea is that these will be coming on in pieces. The titles, unlike before, while modular, do reflect each other. So if something happens to Batman in Batman 1, that same thing has occurred to Batman in Detective. So that there's some more consistently been pulled through the line. So some books cannot be released until certain activities happen in other books. So the line is a little more contingent upon what happens in different story arcs and such. And then there's also, you'll see in one of the graphics, the new ongoing series, a full list there as well. So this unfortunately, this video is running a little long, so we're gonna cut it off here. Any questions, send me a note at evans@allthingsfun.net. We'll do more videos as well. We'll also be doing some Periscope, Meerkat behind-the-scenes DC Comics Rebirth stories, as well as launch events, so you can find out more about these titles, and we'll keep you up to date. Any questions, send us a note. We'll answer them in future videos. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.